Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bacon Buddies is back. My name's Chad.
My name's Marlowe.
And we are here with our good friend Taylor Best, R.D. Jones Sausage, and everything today
is always on the table.
It's on the table. Bacon Buddies is back.
And honestly, I feel like we've talked about Taylor so much in every podcast.
Yeah, so
leading
we've been
up
giving him plugs.
Leading up, we've been literally talking about his sausage for like 4 or 5 podcasts.
I think people are going to be like, Taylor's on there today. We got to find out who this guy is.
I know. That's why I wanted him on here so I can talk about how good his sausage is.
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked several times about cooking Taylor's sausage and with eggs. We do it a lot of time at night time. Mm-hmm. We cook sausage and eggs, brains and eggs, people call it, I guess, sometimes. Yeah. But cool deal. It's good to have you here, Tyler. Thank you for showing up.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So just tell us something about growing up. Tell us something special about your childhood memory that you may have.
So I just grew up on a little small farm right outside of Goldsboro.
Yeah.
Just a normal Wayne County life.
Yeah.
Was very fortunate to grow up right beside my grandma. Went to the same school my entire life, the same building. Just a regular Wayne County life.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds a lot like somebody else we know, don't it?
Yeah, my life.
Mine too.
Taylor and I went to school together at Spring Creek.
Yeah. How old were you when you started driving a tractor, Taylor? 11, 10?
Probably 8, 9. I remember the first time I drove one on the road. I was going to one of their family farms to bale the hay. I was 9 years old.
Driving a tractor to bale some hay.
Right down 111, here we go.
He was driving to my farm.
Going to the Aaron farm. We used to bale hay on that way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad said, "You think you can get it over there?"
Yeah.
I was so scared. But no was not an option. We were definitely going.
We were going, yeah.
So, 9 years old.
So sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
So talk a little bit about how you got with R.D. Jones and buying the processing plant and Taylor actually bought one of my dad's sow farms from us and now has it in production.
Okay.
So talk a little bit about how you evolved from farming with your family and what y'all do into that.
So I had a good buddy.
Because I don't even know if I know.
Yeah.
I had a good buddy. We were in some other business ventures, Joe Price.
Mm-hmm.
Both of y'all probably knew him. And we his family was related to the Jones family. Through marriage.
Owned R.D. Jones' straw with.
Oh, I did not know that. Me either.
And so there was a little talk they may be interested in selling, and we decided to pursue that. And I think I know he was more interested in doing that than I was at the time. But as time went along, I got more and more interested. And then we had the opportunity to buy the farm, and I saw that we could, be vertically integrated in that. Mm-hmm. And the little bit of farming that I do, row crop, we could feed the pigs and I could grow them. That was going to be kind of my side, and he was going to kind of handle the processing side. Right. And unfortunately, we know that he passed, and now it's all on me. But yeah, that's how we got here. And as they say, the rest is history. That was in the beginning of 2020.
Wow.
And we know what happened in 2020.
Yeah.
And we know what that did to meat production in general. And so it was kind of, here you go. Learn in a hurry.
So let me get this right. So you own a sow farm that you grow the pigs that you actually use to process at R.D. Jones.
Yeah, so Marlowe's family uses it as a sow farm. We've transitioned it a little bit to it's farrow to finish now as the old school.
Okay.
What you remember in your childhood of farming doing. That's how we operate that farm today.
Okay.
And so, we literally see it we grow part of our own grain. We don't grow it all yet.
Right.
But we grow the grain to feed the hog.
Yeah.
To put in the processing plant to feed you.
So you buy like a wing pig to start, or you have the sows there too?
Oh,
okay.
We are from
Wow.
Start to finish.
And you make your own feed, and
we're starting to make our own feed. Yep.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Some days. It's been challenging, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
To know that.
I mean, he's really the poster child for the local food movement. I mean, we're talking about growing the crops, then feeding the hogs, and then processing the hogs, like all staying local.
Total
To this,
package.
yeah, it's a total package.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, you know, when we were talking beforehand, you said something about local food. And yeah, I think I produce a local food,
Mm-hmm.
but it's subject to a global market.
Yeah.
And why I say that is if it doesn't rain in Brazil today, corn prices are going up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that directly affects what I do and my input cost. Yes, it's all mine. It's all coming from one area, but it is all subject to a global market. So local food may be produced right here,
Mm-hmm.
but it has global effects.
Wow, that's and coming from a small, and just give me some idea on the numbers. Like, how many pigs a year are you processing? And
We're very small right now. We do 30 a week.
30 a week,
And you know, that varies a lot.
based on orders and whatnot.
Yep, and we'll do several barbecue pigs a week.
Yeah.
But you know, we may have cook-offs that need 20 that week, so
Yeah.
that number can vary greatly. But just very small. You know, there's 4 people there at work.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, very small, which I like.
Yeah.
But it does come with challenges.
Yeah.
Being competitive in the market and as a small person
Yeah.
is pretty hard. But, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's got its rewards as well.
You talked about being in a global market. I mean, I know soybean prices and corn prices affect you. What's your inputs there on feed wise? You buy soybean meal and then
So we buy some soybean meal.
and then you buy corn.
We buy corn. We don't grow enough to do what we need to do, so
Yeah.
we have to buy some.
Yeah.
And even if you do grow it, fertilizer costs, you know, all that are
Oh,
affected.
Yeah.
So everything's high right now. But yeah, all those inputs
That's neat.
just pile up and we keep on rolling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are some of the markets that y'all actually sell in? Like, you know, Chad and I, before we started this podcast, had the conversation about, you know, we buy whole hogs from you or you know, large sums of pork at a time to keep in our deep freezers. But I feel like the average consumer, you know, doesn't really do that. Like harvesting a half a cow for a year to feed their family, you know, they have to maybe buy in smaller quantities. So can you tell me like some of the places that you would sell for like a consumer that was looking for your product in the grocery store? Or...
Yeah, so we do some local Piggly Wigglies. Piggly Wiggly here in Mount Olive. We service it. Piggly Wigglies in Kinston, down towards Burgaw. And then we also run a route in those areas from Wilmington to Greenville. You can order a box of sausage and we'll drop it off at your door.
Wow.
So,
I forgot about it because Outlaws Grill, our local Greasy Spoon, uses RD Jones sausage.
yep, we'll drop it off there. And we you know, we've got some customers we leave. They're in that area that call and say, "Hey, leave it at the grill."
Yeah.
And that's no problem.
Yeah.
You know, we can make those arrangements for you.
That's neat because I was telling Marlowe, you know, when I buy RD Jones sausage, I wait till my freezer gets kind of empty and then I go buy, you know, 60 pounds. I get 20 pounds of link, 20 pounds of bulk, and I buy it in packages that, you know, because we cook 2 pounds of sausage whenever my family cooks. And I can call RD Jones and get, you know, 1 and 2 pound packs and they do it for me, right?
Yeah.
So that's nice. But I know everybody doesn't have a freezer in their garage or that opportunity. So I was curious to hear about how you market to folks that maybe don't have that.
Yeah, we can sell it. We'll sell it a pound at a time or 10 pounds at a time. It doesn't matter to us, whatever suits your needs.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if we deliver, you know, we probably need to be selling more than a pound to make it. But whatever the customer needs, however they want it, we custom do everything we do.
Yeah.
We don't have a cookie cutter. This is what every package is.
Yeah.
You know, if you need it a certain way, let us know and we'll be glad to get it that way.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I know you got some community involvement too. I know you're on the fire department.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Got to love the fire department.
Y'all are both on the fire department,
Yeah, we're on
aren't you?
neighbor fire department.
Yeah.
Is that volunteer or
Yeah.
So I'm on Albertson, Chad's on Pleasant Grove,
Yeah.
but we work together hand in hand. But yeah, it's a labor of love.
Yeah. How long you been on, Taylor?
I've been on 2 years all total. I started in Elroy. I don't know, forever
Oh, that's
ago.
your home department.
Yeah.
Elroy.
Started
That was
there.
back when I was a fire prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's been a minute. Yeah, started there and just, you know, love helping folks. And I think so many people, if you go to your local volunteer fire department, there's a good chance about 80% of them are going to be from a farm background.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just our need to help people, our feeling of wanting that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That community involvement. Yeah. And a lot of times farmers are around home during the day.
They are.
Albeit they're busy.
That's a really good point. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. That's one of the
they're on the farm. So
on the farm.
And as you see the number of farmers go down, you see the decline. I think every fire department is in a struggle for volunteers these days. And I think that's directly because of the number of farmers going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody's going to town to get a job and doesn't have time to do it.
It's tough. I mean, with kids these days, I know I got 2 young kids, and trying to take them to practices. I mean, Kivett and Stalls, I'm sure you're running around. It's hard to find time to volunteer. And I tell you, I really appreciate those that do. I mean, there's no doubt they're special people. And, I'm certainly very thankful for them.
Yeah, I feel like we need a group hug. This is like, I'm serious. Like, thank y'all. I just didn't realize that y'all are having, trouble finding volunteers.
We're very fortunate right now, but there's a lot of departments that
struggling.
Are very much so struggling.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the ag community too. Kind of struggling for understanding about how much it takes to get your food to your plate.
Yeah.
I think it's less than 1% of us now that are farmers.
Yeah.
So
what else
to feed all the rest of the world?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else that y'all also farm turkeys though too, don't you? Or your dad does? Or?
I do.
Yeah, that's right.
Contract grower for Butterball.
How's that going?
It's
good?
Are
you? No, I was gonna ask. Like, do you love the feathers more?
We're gonna put him on the spot.
Yeah, are you like
is it the oink or the what's the turkey say?
Gobble gobble.
Okay, gobble gobble.
So
not to put you on the spot. Like, is there a love for one or the other as a livestock producer?
We actually are trying to put you on the spot too.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can probably put me on the spot, and I would have to go with the hogs.
Oh yeah, Fred calls him the pork pimp. He's the pork pimp.
So and I think part of that is because I have such an involvement with every aspect of that. And I would definitely have to go with the hogs.
Yeah.
Turkeys have been great. They've given my family the opportunity to be at the farm.
Yeah.
My dad worked a public job. He went away from the farm, worked a public job a little while, got a turkey contract, came back home, worked me so hard it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that gave the opportunity. And then I got an opportunity to buy another turkey farm, and because that wasn't enough to supply both families when I moved out. So did that, and here we are now.
That's cool. Who comes up with the you got jalapeno sausage and the jalapeno? It's actually jalapeno. But who comes up with the different flavors? Is that something you?
So we the crew there and I kind of played with it. They had done it a little bit before I got there.
Okay.
But we kind of sat down and said, all right, we've got to be where we can produce this over and over and over again.
Right. Consistently,
so we measured some stuff instead of just throwing it together and came up with that. And, just trying different things.
What are some of the products that people can buy from Artie Jones? Like, I know the jalapeno sausage, which if y'all have not tried his link, jalapeno sausage, I guess I suggest that you get in the car and you drive down to Facein. What's the address, Taylor?
192 North NC 50.
192 North NC 50 and get you a box of that jalapeno sausage because it is phenomenal.
Yeah, but we anything pork pretty much. We don't do anything smoked at the moment. We're working on a bacon.
Nice. I was about to ask about bacon.
Hopefully we'll have that. Yeah.
We could have a taste test on the show.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
So we'll have to arrange that later. But yeah, pretty much anything pork, fresh pork products, we got you.
Yeah.
Fresh hams, sides, whatever. People call us and say, I can't get this. Yeah, you can because we got it.
That's what's great about.
And we may not have it on the shelf because if it's not something that's regular, we may not have it. But give us a week and we'll have it for you.
Yeah. It's usually a day or two. Like I'll call and I want 5 pork chops to the pack. I want 2 pounds of sausage to the pack, and I'll place the order and say it'll be ready tomorrow. Most of the time.
Yeah.
So we try to get them out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's like one of the struggles that you have being like a small processor? Like
being competitive.
Being competitive.
Oh, tell me about that.
So during the pandemic, I could sell anything I want. I was like, this is easy.
Yeah.
Just load the truck and take it somewhere and it's sold. But as we've come out of that, being competitive is a struggle for real.
Mm-hmm.
Our input costs are just so much more because we do everything by hand.
Yeah.
We don't have machinery that are sitting there. We don't have stations that are one person does the exact same cut every day and it's a similar line. That's not how we do it. Everybody in there can do every part of that. And it's just a slower process, but it enables us to do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Custom.
Yeah.
A guy called me one day. He said, have you ever heard of pig wings? Can you cut me some? I said, yes, sir.
What are pig wings, right?
Never heard of them.
Yeah.
But I hung up the phone and
You
went to
started
Googling
Googling.
pig wings. And finally found it, the Bearded Butchers. I don't know if y'all ever seen them, but they're incredible.
Really?
On YouTube.
You cook it just like chicken wings? Throw them
I
on the
don't
grill?
know exactly how you cook it.
Okay.
Pig wings. I gotta check into
Well, yeah,
that.
check
But
That
yeah,
sounds
it's
interesting.
part of the shank. It's just a
Okay.
little piece off the back of the shank. But yeah, I was like, absolutely, we can do it.
Yeah.
Had no idea what I was doing, but we'll figure it out. But it just shows you that we can do whatever custom we need to. So
Chad, your phone just ended up.
I am
the,
so
the
sorry.
Whole, the whole thing. I was.
Hello?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that's what's great about kind of the local food movement for him and being a small processor is that you can be custom to what people's needs are.
And when I go by Artie Jones sauce, it's for flavor. I mean, I'm
love
going
it.
over there because I know it's going to be good.
It is
and,
good.
I mean, I'm willing to pay a little bit more for that.
Absolutely.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, sometimes I just want the cheapest pork chop I can get. Right. I mean, I think a lot of people are looking at.
yeah,
cheap.
we need that. We
Yeah.
have to have that. I think there's a place for us as Artie Jones and what people we provide, but we need Smithfields and we need Prestiges and we need those people that can make food affordable for everyone. If you look at where we are right here, Mount Olive, within 5 miles, there's from multimillionaires to people that are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And they can all shop in the same store.
Yeah.
They can get right here to the Piggly Wiggly and they can get from our product, which is a little more expensive just because of the way we do it, to Smithfield's product that is grown on a family farm, produced on a family farm, but their processes are streamlined and they can do it more efficiently than I can. And that enables them to offer that product at a better price.
Yeah.
And we need that. I'm not taking anything away from Smithfield's or those
absolutely.
big companies as they get called, because we definitely have to feed the world.
Yeah.
That's a very good point that I think sometimes is lost amongst
There's
consumers.
a place, for everybody. If you want a higher grade pork chop or a higher grade steak, if you have a prime budget on a steak, that's great. But not everybody does. And we need to be able to feed the world.
Yeah.
And, I think we're so fortunate right here or in America, and as far as I can see, that we don't have to fight for our food.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a struggle for some folks, but it's available. And that I'm very proud of that based on our turkey side. That's part of that.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then I'm proud of what we do, and I try every day to make it as affordable as possible because I want everybody, to have the best they can. And but I cannot compete with those big chains, which is fine. I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just glad that everybody can eat.
Yeah, that's right. I had a rant this week about people, just about how easy it is to get food here, how affordable it is, and people just not recognizing that. I know there's a lot of food insecure folks out there. Don't get me wrong, but food in the United States I never worry about getting sick. I eat anything, and it's just I was kind of ranting in my mind about that this week.
Yeah.
People ask me what I think about my, I have an inspector in my plant every day. Every day we operate, there's somebody looking over their shoulder, and they said, how do you feel about that? I said, I don't worry about it for me, but there's somebody that would cut a corner if that guy wasn't standing there.
Yeah.
That would do something unsafe, that would send out a product that, it'll be fine. That wouldn't be. So I'm glad we have those food inspectors there. I think that's an important part of what we do.
Well, tell us about that. How are you inspected? I mean, who inspects Artie-Jones sausage?
So I'm inspected through North Carolina's inspection agency, part of the Ag Department.
Yep.
But I'm through the Thomas and Aiken Act, which I'm a USDA stamp, but North Carolina inspector.
Right.
Okay.
So I can ship anywhere. The USDA allows me to ship anywhere. If I'm just North Carolina inspected, I can't ship across state lines.
Mm-hmm.
But
you ship out of state?
We're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it. I failed miserably at my first attempt. It showed up like 4 days late, and it was definitely not eatable. Anyway, a lot of people think the guys or woman, whoever it may be, would be a challenge, but I look at it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
They work with us great. If we're doing anything, trying new products, whatever, there's a resource to make sure that what we're doing is safe. Have a great working relationship with North Carolina State.
Mm-hmm.
We can go over there to their labs and prove what we're doing is safe. So the inspection to me is a valuable asset.
How often does it occur?
Every day.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
If we are processing for sale, he's there.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
He may not be there all day.
Yeah.
He may be there 5 minutes, or he may be there all day.
Mm-hmm.
And he may go and come. My inspector has 5 locations. But if we are processing for sale, and we don't process for sale every day.
Yeah.
And none of the people that he do, like if you go to Butterball or something like that's the same person there every day.
Yeah, every day, yeah.
But my guy travels 5 different locations. But if I'm doing inspected work that day, he will be there sometime.
That's amazing. What a testimony to food safety in this
Absolutely.
country.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what
seriously,
I was thinking.
people have no idea about how safe and regulated not only farming and farm production, but food production as well. I mean, it's the same kind of regulations I feel like we have on as contract growers and permitted, state growers here in North Carolina, all the way to, what Taylor's doing. And he gets to see the whole circle of that. It's pretty amazing. I mean, again, another thing that I think people, they just have a misunderstanding or maybe just uneducated about.
Every day he is processing meat, he's inspected.
I really did not know that.
Every product that comes in either has to be up from inspection, or I have to have a letter of guarantee from it. If I get a spice, I have to have a letter of guarantee from where it originated. Every ounce of sage that I put in sausage, I've got to have a letter of guarantee. And if I switch batches, I better have a letter of guarantee for that.
So are you only processing pigs at your processing plant, or do you do other livestock?
Right now, pigs. We're going to start doing a little bit of custom processing of beef.
Okay.
If someone had a cow that they wanted butchered just not for sale.
Yeah, for individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
We're going to hopefully start that pretty soon.
Did you have cows growing up on your farm?
Yeah.
Do y'all still have cows?
Yep. Still have cows, and
See, we've never had cows on our farm. It's always been
really
pigs. Yeah.
We did. I mean, we had.
Cows were not North Carolina tradition.
Yeah.
The hogs are really what brought cows to Eastern North Carolina.
Okay.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, because we
don't
Bermuda
have
grass, is the best thing to do on a hog farm.
Yeah.
And
very true.
The cow's the best thing to eat that.
Yeah.
It's we're in the cow business in Eastern North Carolina by default.
Yeah.
The hog industry is definitely what pushed that. So
that is very true in perspective.
If you think about it, back in your early days, you probably didn't see many cows around.
I don't remember seeing many cows. Yeah. Well, I lived beside the Carnegie, so we had those cows.
Yeah. I mean, there was some. Don't misunderstand me, but really the boom in cows. Came along with the boom in hog houses.
Yeah. So, Taylor, are you an auctioneer?
I am.
So I stalked your Facebook and I said, man, Taylor's an auctioneer.
I mean, can we get a little sound? I had to ask it.
I was like, we're going to have to.
This comes up on every
let's auction off this
some.
Bacon Buddies cup, and me and Marlowe and I are going to be the buyers.
Just please, I need one little sound bite. Come on now.
All right. Well, this is going to be an expensive cup.
All right. Start
all
us off.
All right, on the cup. Who'd give 100? Would give 100?
I give 100.
100 and a half. 100 and a half now. 200 would get 2.
Adam Brad's got 2.
2 and a half. 2 and a half. Half would get 2 and a half.
I got 2 and a half.
300 would get 300 would get 3 now. Half would get 3 and a half.
So
How often?
Awesome.
How often are you like auctioneering? Like, is that something you do on the reg? Like, I mean, this is just a hidden talent that I did not know about until right now. And I grew up with you. Like, I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
So, Joe Price, who I talked about.
I was thinking Joe was
That's how we actually got together, was in auction school. Lenore Community offers auction school.
Oh, I did not know that.
Both of us had a little bit of interest in that, and we decided we would take the night class and become auctioneers.
Wow.
And really jumped off into more than I was anticipating, because they teach you nothing about what I just did, and everything's about law. Because if you think about it, an auctioneer can sell anything.
Yeah.
Guns, cars, land, whatever.
Oh.
Pork.
Cows,
Yeah.
whatever. And so they teach you all the laws that come with that.
Okay.
So it was a very interesting course, and enjoyed that. And Joe and I were going to hit it big in the auction business and figured out that was a cruel world. So you can work all you want to for nothing.
Yeah.
But we both enjoyed it, and we both continue to do, like, I've got a benefit sale to do Saturday night. For there at Seven Springs Fire Department. I enjoy doing those.
Yeah.
Keeps me in practice a little bit. Do some church auctions and things like that. Harvest sales.
That's awesome. I love you guys' entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, whatever comes up, let's go try it.
I think it's just being a millennial. Like, you just try to keep on succeeding.
So a buddy of mine asked, he's like, man, if you see anything, you just go.
Yeah.
He's like, and I'm scared I can't do anything. I was like, I started with nothing.
Yeah.
If I manage to keep it, I'll be right where I was.
We can only go up, right?
Right. I mean, and why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. I like that. I like that entrepreneurial spirit you guys got, and just willingness to try. That's the same thing with hobbies I get into. I mean, you got to go and try and see what other people are doing and then learn. That's how you grow.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And I think the business is my hobby. I think you're into shooting.
Yeah.
But seeing how I can make a different business grow, or if I get into something, how can I put my spin on it? How can I do it differently?
Yeah.
If we all do the same thing, what a boring place.
Yeah.
And how can I do it a little bit differently to make it what I feel like is better?
Yeah.
But
that's awesome. This has been a good podcast.
I know. I mean, I feel like Taylor teed up the ending too. Like, it's just, I feel like happy. Like, I want to go out and conquer the world since he's been in here.
I want to go try something.
Marlowe doesn't even know this, but when I heard she was stepping down from Farm Families, I was like, we're going to do a podcast.
Oh, me and you?
Yeah. So I had that on mind, and I was in the store one day. I was like, I'm going to mention it to her. But then Scott was there, and I was like, Scott will kill me if I say anything about Marlowe doing anything
other than the hardware store.
I said,
where's Marlowe?
Yeah. Scott's constantly the hardware store being like, where's Marlowe at? Well, she's off doing another podcast.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll mention it to her later. And then I saw y'all. I was like, well, Chad's going to be way better at it than I am. So this is great.
No.
This is great.
Next time I go in the hardware store and I see Scott, I'll duck around the aisle. Oh, that's so cool.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I think this was a great podcast.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. We bounced around, but I've learned a lot about Artie Jones and about Taylor himself. It's just, it's
I always
cool.
like making it personal too.
Yeah.
Like our guests, on the personal side of things.
And we even sold my cup. $350.
God, it's got the Titleist. No wonder.
I got to buy my cup back.
I'm taking that in with me.
All right, so let's do. We always end with a North Carolina farm fact, Taylor, and today we're going to talk about something that, well, you know a little bit about soybeans. Soybeans. All right, you ready, Marlowe?
I want you to read it.
All right, North Carolina soybean fact. We'll have to get Reggie Strickland and Savannah in here to tell us about soybeans in the future, but 1.69 million acres of soybeans were harvested in North Carolina in 2022 with an average yield of 38.5 bushels per acre. And I think the average price of soybeans last year was $14.60 a bushel. And that makes the value of production in North Carolina around $950 million. Soybeans.
Good grief. Just on one crop?
One crop. And I went and looked at corn.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a row crop. Like, it just really blows my mind.
Yeah. So I went and looked at corn, and the corn was a lot less acreage, because obviously they're yielding more. But it just kind of blew my mind. I was like, they plant that many soybeans and that few acres of corn. But
You said $950
million in
Wow.
It only costs $960 per produce.
We won't get on that side of things.
Oh,
how
Taylor-
much it costs to produce.
Taylor's getting in the rub here.
That's another podcast. That's another podcast.
Yeah, we'll get that one down the road.
Um,
Man, cool deal.
Well, if you enjoyed the podcast, like, share, baconbuddiespodcast.com. You can find us on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Check us out. We're on all the streaming platforms. We're now officially on Apple Podcasts too. So check us out, Bacon Buddies Podcast. And thanks everybody for listening to us today. Thank you, Taylor, for coming in. We appreciate
thanks,
your
Taylor.
input. It was a great podcast. And Chad and I will see you next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye, guys. Everything's on the table.